Well, we have a young lady now with us as we get into the player portion of the show. Of a young lady who we talked about her team a little bit ago, Brianna Glover from Mason. Thank you first of all for coming out. We're really excited you came out tonight.
I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you. Nikki and I talked about how dangerous your team is. You got a really, really strong, solid starting five. Some good kids coming off the bench. We always talk about one game at a time. Coaches always drill that in your head, one game at a time. But from a goal standpoint, you have to be looking down the road and thinking, we would love to make a big, nice run in this tournament. And you guys have some pretty quality kids to do that.
Actually, our coach has been talking about all we have to do is go on a 7-game run, and that's all we have to do. And I think that we can do it. I really do.
Talk a little bit about some of the kids that you play with. Obviously, you have some young kids coming up: Jenna Gunn, Kayla McDowell, Sarah Ammons, who is a junior, I believe. Those are 3 that I know of. Talk about those 3 real quickly.
Jenna's an amazing player. She came up and she stepped up really big. She's one of our best defenders. Kayla McDowell has stepped up big time. She's our leading scorer right now and our leading rebounder. So she stepped up a lot. And Sarah Ammons is being really solid for us. She doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
And you guys have a club that, you guys really do have a legitimate chance to have a really nice run because, you have that strong, solid group. You have a good staff to lead you guys. But what do you think, what is the big focus right now on your team as far as, obviously you want to go one game at a time to get to that next point. But like you said, it's a 7-game season. The preseason ended after game 20, as one coach told me. Now it's a 7-game season or an 8-game season. So to refocus now for the state tournament, I'm sure that has not been too difficult for your team.
No, we just keep trying to think ahead and think about that going to Ohio State and going to that state game.
Okay, and who do you have next?
Withrow,
okay. That'll be a nice game. That'll be a tough game. Let's talk a little bit about Xavier. First of all, let's talk about the recruiting process first before Celina has a question or two about Xavier. Talk about going through the recruiting process. I'm going to ask Chloe the same thing too, but and just like with the young kids here, it's like, okay, I went to visit so and so as a 9th grader. But it gets to a point probably where it's like, you got to keep taking visits, and you don't want to say you're bothered by, getting all the connections, because it's great to have. You're blessed to be in that position. But talk about the process you went through to, end up choosing Xavier, just the actual process itself.
I mean, in the beginning, getting all the letters, that was always fun because it's always fun to get letters from the schools. But by the end, you do get tired of it, kind of, and you just want to decide. And I decided on Xavier because of the coaches. I love Amy, and I love Coach Bryce. He was my AE coach for Sports CDU. And I just had a really strong connection with them.
Why did you pick Xavier?
The coaching staff. Like I said before, I love Coach Morrow, Coach Neal, Coach Wall, and Coach Bryce. They're amazing people.
Talk about the fact, we just talked about the fact that they lost a couple kids last year. They're Amy's having a pretty good year considering what that they lost them last year. But their thing is to bring in some good quality kids. You fit that mold. So it's going to be, I'm sure, exciting for you to get to play close by and get to play. So some family and friends get to come see you play.
Yeah, I love that idea because a lot of people have always been saying oh, we're going to come to your games and all that stuff, and it's really exciting that people can come to my games.
All right, I have to ask you, what kind of grief has your dad gotten from him playing for UC from 85 to 89 of a rival with you going to Xavier?
I mean, he hasn't really told me much about it, but after the Xavier UC fight, me and him got in a fight. And he was like, well, if Desmond Walls and 2 Holloway didn't start that fight, I was like, okay, Dad. But he's been really supportive, and it's nice.
How awesome is it to have someone who's played at the college level to give you advice and as you made your progression through the process?
It's good. He helped me a lot in deciding, and he's helped me a lot throughout my career.
Can you beat him one-on-one yet? That's the question. Everybody in the listening land wants to know. Can you take him yet? That's the question.
I mean, he doesn't really play me, so I don't think he wants to. I think he's scared.
Uh-oh. Everybody hear that out there? I think someone's over there shaking their head. You know, the fact that, you know, you're going over to Xavier, Atlantic 10 is a good conference. You know, Dayton and St. Bonaventure this year's had a great season. You know, pretty cool that you're going to be playing that. That's a pretty good level of basketball, so that has to be exciting for you as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited to play college. I really am. I think I'm going to help them, and I think that we can do a lot better next year.
As we get ready for the rest of sectionals, Celina has one more fact about you. I guess we had talked about earlier today.
So you used to live in Spain.
Yes.
How was it living in Spain?
I don't really remember it. I was like 4 years old. It was because my dad played overseas in Spain and Portugal, so we lived over there for like 5 months. It was fun though, I'm guessing.
All right, thank you very much for coming in. That was pretty awesome. And maybe you can get your dad to finally play a one-on-one and any debate that there might be between the two of you. Bree Glover has been with us from Mason High School. Thank you very much for coming out tonight.